Brahmacharine Nirvisesh Sunyavadi Paschatya Desakharani Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, pranams to you all, dear devotees. That was a wonderful bhajan. And yeah. Yes, Bhagavatamrta Prabhu, can we bring up that document?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Mataji, we covered the translation yesterday. I think we need to continue from the purport.
Right, yeah. So we are in Bhauma.
Yes, Mataji.
Bhauma. That's Bhauma. Yeah, on the earth. We already know a little bit of what happened. Narada was looking for the person who received most mercy from the Lord. So he's starting his journey. It would be first on the earth, and then he would be then going to Indraloka, and then to Brahmaloka and Shivaloka. But yes, we will hear in detail from here. Yes, dear devotees, anyone of you, please, from this translation, the first one, the purpose of this book.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Pranams to you.
The purpose of this book is to explain bhakti, pure devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the bestower of bhakti. He also bestows both material enjoyment and liberation or oneness with the Supreme. But one who has bhakti relishes an abundance of happiness far greater than even the ecstasy of liberation, what to speak of the petty happiness of material enjoyment.
Yeah.
Moreover, Hare Krishna.
Right, yeah, yes, Prabhu, yeah. So the bhakti, not only material enjoyment and liberation, the satisfaction, the happiness that bhakti gives means pure devotional. The happiness and complete satisfaction that a soul gets from pure devotional service is far beyond the bhogananda or brahmananda. So bhakti ananda is far beyond bhogananda and brahmananda. Yeah, yes, please. Because by nature, we are part and parcel of Krishna. And some enjoyment that we get from the things around is incompatible, like water and oil, incompatible. And Brahmananda is only partial happiness. But with Bhakti Ananda, when we lovingly reciprocate with the Lord, then that's complete. Yenatma suprasidati. Yes, please. Yes, Prabhu.
Moreover, the devotion described here focuses solely on the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, the master of the gopis of Sri Nanda Vraja or Vrindavana. Such bhakti consists of prema, pure love of God, and not only ordinary prema, but the special kind that follows the mood of the residents of Vrindavana. The prema is the ultimate perfection of love, in which the devotee has absolutely no interest in anything separate from Krishna. As the last chapters of this book will show, the devotees who worship the Lord with such pure devotion achieve the highest possible success. They live forever in the world called Goloka, far above Vaikuntha, the official kingdom of God. There in Goloka, according to their pleasure, they freely enjoy the company of Lord Krishna, Sri Nanda Kishora.
Yeah. So when the soul has no conditions to love the Lord, to serve the Lord, then the place for that soul is Goloka, Ahaituki, Apratihata. When the soul has a condition to serve the Lord, then that is Bhuloka or Svargaloka, Sakama Bhaktas. When the soul has a condition to merge in the Lord, then the place for the soul is the Brahma Jyoti. When the soul has a condition to serve the Lord because He is the Lord, then the place would be Vaikuntha. When the soul wants to serve the Lord because the Lord is so sweet, then the place for the soul is Goloka. Yes, please.
Should I continue, Mataji?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Srila Sanatana Goswami will fully present all these ideas as this narration unfolds. But first he invokes auspiciousness in this verse and the following 9 verses. As if begging for his Lord's rarely obtained mercy, he praises the Lord's supreme greatness. The first word, Jayati, all glories, indicates that the author's most worshipable Lord excels everyone else. Although the words Jaya and Jayati are commonly used to glorify practically anyone or anything, here Jayati expresses excellence in its most unrestricted sense, the final limit of perfection, in which the Supreme Lord freely distributes devotion for his own all attractive lotus feet.
That's so beautiful. So beautiful. The Lord can give anything that we may want to get stuck in this material world, anything we desire of this material world. But the Lord, when He is giving Himself, which means our place is not in this Dukkalayam, but in the spiritual world, that is so beautiful, all attractive lotus feet. Spiritual world is nothing but the world of sweet servitude, especially Goloka, sweet servitude. Vaikuntha, other lokas are opulent servitude, but servitude is the visa to enter there. Yes, please. Continue, Prabhu.
He does this by revealing the charm of his beauty, personal qualities, and pleasure pastimes. Although the devotion he gives away is imbued with pure prema, the rarest of treasures meant for the most elevated souls, he grants it even to those who are fallen and wretched.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. In hearing every day and night how the Lord is so merciful and is giving this treasure to the fallen and wretched, keeps us in the consciousness. Yes, we are fallen and wretched, but the mercy is constantly coming. I just have to receive it, not blocking with the doors of my mind. Yes, somebody else, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Who is this most generous Lord? He can never be adequately described, for he is an unlimited ocean of various kinds of attractiveness, beauty, fine character, and so on. His attractive features, therefore, are fathomless, all-expensive, and perpetual. Describing the attraction of the Lord's beauty, Sri Sanatan Goswami states that Sri Krishna has the fragrance of youth, a constant special presence like the scent of a flower. In other words, even as an infant and as a child, he exhibits the perfect beauty of full-blown youth. Thus Lord Kapila Dev said to his mother in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 3.28.17, Apicche darshanam sashvat sarvaloka namaskritam santam vayasi kaishora bhrityanugraha kataram. The Lord is eternally very beautiful, and he is worshipable by all the inhabitants of every planet. He is ever youthful and always eager to bestow his blessings upon his devotees.
And the nature of
Since
the Lord. Yeah. The nature of the Lord. This is the time to comprehend on the guna of the Lord. Like the dharma of the sun is to give the sunlight. It is not called sun if it is not illuminating with sunlight. In the same way, the Lord is not the Lord if he is not Bhrutyanugraha Khataram, is bestowing mercy on the devotees. That's the Lord that we are calling out, with whose mercy we are even able to hear about him, and we are able to take his nama every day, and with whose mercy this body is being engaged in some seva. That's the merciful Bhagavan. Yes, please. Next one.
Since the possessor of such eternal youth, Sri Krishna, enjoys his private pastimes in the remote realm of Goloka, one might doubt whether contact with him is possible for souls conditioned by material nature. Is it not beyond the scope of good fortune for ordinary persons to hear about and understand the uniqueness of devotion to Krishna? Since this book attempts to make public the secret glories of Krishna, one might therefore ask whether writing such a book is not a hopeless endeavor. The author answers that doubt conclusively in this verse. Mataji, should I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Before mentioning Sri Krishna's other unique qualities, he first refers to the Lord's exceptional generosity.
Yeah. See, dear devotees, did you get ready to hear the question that we had? The Lord is so supreme, so sweet, and it appears that he is distantly located in a very remote place called Goloka. And how pertinent is it for us, the jivas who are embedded deep in the modes here, in this Brahmanda, one of these Brahmandas? How pertinent is it for the jivas like us who are embedded in the modes to even hear about this Lord? What are the chances that we even get the association of this Lord? If there are any chances, why is there any chance at all for a conditioned jiva like us to be able to go to that place, remote place, Goloka? Now the author is enumerating the reasons. What are the reasons why we have a chance for that to happen? So the first one is Lord's exceptional generosity. Yes, please continue, Mataji.
Lord Krishna descended from Goloka to the earth 5,000 years ago, to the district of Mathura, to charitably give pure love for his own lotus feet. By thus appearing personally, the Lord made his special mercy readily obtainable. Although one may also correctly say that he descended to kill Kamsa and other evil kings, he has unlimited energies that could achieve such a minor purpose. Making pure love of God available by appearing himself was therefore his primary purpose, because no deputized person could have done it on his behalf. Queen Kunti therefore says in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1.8.20, Tatha param hamsanam muninam amalatmanam bhakti yoga vidhanartham katham pashyema hi striyaha. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service onto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalists and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then can a woman know you perfectly? Srila Sridhara Swami has paraphrased this prayer in his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. How can we women see you who have appeared as an avatar to make even self-satisfied saints take to devotional service by attracting them with your personal qualities.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
so the primary reason for the Lord to appear is Paritranaya Sadhuna. Vinashaya Dushkritam is a secondary reason. It happens by default. Just because he has come to see his devotees and wants to attract his devotees and then take them back home, back to Godhead. Paritranaya Sadhunam. In the process, okay, if the demons give trouble to the devotees, then yes, they would be vanquished. But the primary purpose is to come down and then see his devotees, make them recall, remind where they belong to, show his pastimes, attract all of them with the pastimes. So he can take the devotees back to the spiritual realm. Same with the Harinam dear devotees. Did you notice this? Same thing. The Harinam we do is, intention is, you have given this 2 hours of your time, Harinama, Lord Hari Krishna, you are present here now. And my only intention now, my only thought now, the only occupation I have in this world now is to be with you happily and utter your name gratefully, nothing else. So then when we are chanting like that, then Vinashaya Dushkritam will automatically happen. With that mood of pleasing Krishna, Ardha Pravritti, Anartha Nivritti will automatically happen. Who cares about the anarthas? Who worries about the anarthas? Let it be mountains or heaps. That's not our problem. Our business is only to serve and please the Lord in the Nama by gratefully, happily uttering his name. And Vinashaya Chatushkritam will happen. Mountains and mountains of anarthas, they will be demolished. That's why in the lotus feet of the Lord, you see, the club is there, which smashes the demons, and the thunderbolt is there. The thunderbolt is to powder the mountains and mountains of anarthas we have. So when we are trying to please the Lord in the Nama, just being there gratefully, taking his Nama, then all those, the club and the thunderbolt in the Nama, they're in action. And they will take care of the anarthas. We don't have to worry. Our business is only to see that Harinam Prabhu is pleased by our mood with gratitude that we serve him. That's all. Yes, please. And somebody else. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Sanatan Goswami has first referred to Sri Krishna's magnanimity in this invocation verse. Now he continues to describe Krishna's characteristics and how they contribute to his purpose of distributing pure love of Godhead. The second half of the verse indicates the sweet charm of Krishna's pleasure pastimes. Krishna is the darling of the young cowherd woman of Braja, whose love for him never fails. By alluding to this love, the verse hints at the meaning of the exalted 10-syllable Gopala mantra, which will play an important role in the second part of Sri Brhad Bhagavatamrta. Not only has the Lord freely distributed prema to many fortunate souls, but he always has great love for his devotees. beginning with the gopis of Vrindavana, Prema Gopisu Nityam.
Yeah, here so far 3 points are mentioned. One is the magnanimity of the Lord. Second one is how not only the sweetness, the sweetness of his pastimes. So Sanatana Goswami, he's giving the reasons of why we have a chance. These we, the insignificant, very muddy souls, why we have a chance to be taken to the spiritual realm. One is the magnanimity. Second one is that his sweet pastimes that any muddy soul would get attracted to. And the third one is his love for his devotees. See, the Lord is winning. No matter how worthless we are, how hopeless we are, the Lord is winning with all the reasons he has to take us to his abode. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
In general, Lord Krishna feels affinity for his devotees in response to the particular ways they love him. But because the love the gopis feel for him is completely unconditional, natural, unmotivated, and causeless, they have always been more dear to him than anyone else, and they always will be. The gopis' unsurpassed spiritual status should therefore never be questioned. As shown by the word Nityam, eternally, he is never indifferent to the gopis or dissatisfied with them. Sri Narada and other authoritative devotees will confirm this in their own words later in Sri Brhad Bhagavatamrta, in the description of the glories of Golaka.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Prabhu, can we? Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Can we scroll up, Prabhu, to see? I think we'll pause there then. Yeah. So, what number is that? We will pause wherever, or maybe we can do that.
Finish.
Prabhu.
27 we can complete with it.
Yeah, we can continue, complete that. Yeah, somebody else please can continue. Again, someone.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Nitai Goodman, Prabhu, you may please go ahead. You've been
Yeah, you
all
go ahead,
the time.
Prabhu. Yeah.
You have a transcendental competition of reading. Nitai Goodman, Prabhu, please go ahead. You may read the first one and Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Again, someone may doubt the possibility of ever understanding the Vrindavan gopis' love for Krishna. Indeed, as long as one's mind is even slightly affected by lust, anger, and greed, one cannot begin to appreciate the sublime purity of their love. But by the powerful mercy of Krishna in his most recent appearance on earth, these impediments can be overcome with wonderful ease. Hare Krishna. Wonderful ease, sorry.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Look at that. Dear devotees, did you notice that? We are full of lust, anger, and greed. Yeah, buried in that. And look at the statement here. But by the powerful mercy of Krishna and his most recent appearance on earth, these impediments can be overcome with wonderful ease. So that's the attractiveness of the Lord, the generosity of the Lord. This is what we want to fill our consciousness with, dear devotees. This is what we want to fill our consciousness with. Such a sweet things about the Lord. There's nothing so sweet about us, so we don't have to fill ourselves with that. So, this is beautiful. And this is how it is wonderfully easy to overcome, because his sweetness can attract us like that and his sweetness can pervade us like that. I was going to say, we will be able to be absorbed in the sweetness. We may not be in that position, but the sweetness is so merciful and strong that it will pervade in our consciousness. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Jagannath.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams to you, Mataji.
Pranams.
Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Lord Krishna himself, he has descended to exhibit the true nature of Prema Bhakti. Thus, he manifests in himself the ecstatic mood of the gopis, their ever-increasing love for Sri Krishna, which is reflected proportionately in Krishna's ever-expanding love for them. This revelation is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's priceless contribution to the world's welfare, by which he becomes the only real friend of the unhappy and degraded.
Yeah, here the unique thing. Oh, it's not just the unique thing. The Lord made impossible to possible here. But the jiva can so much buried, can't even get to sattva. We all know that. But Gauranga, his pastimes and his thoughts and his mercy and his instructions, all of them has such powerful, suction effect on the jivas that are deeply buried in the mud. Such powerful suction effect that that they can be rescued from the mud. There are different kind of muds. A regular mud, dry mud, wet mud. And there's one more kind of mud, if you know, dear devotees. A mud that pulls in the object within. So it has a force, that pulling force for any object that is thrown there. So Lord Chaitanya's mercy is even for those who are in that kind of mud. His mercy can really act as suction to pull the jivas from the trapping mud. He becomes the only real friend of the unhappy and degraded. Why all this? Because Radharani is very merciful, and so Radharani has come in through Gauranga in the mood, in Radharani's mood is in Gauranga. So Radharani is here through Gauranga. So we have no clue of what Goloka is, the details of Goloka, the transcendental mellows of Goloka. No clue. But when he came down with his bhajan and with his experiences, he made it known to the world of how a spiritual world, spiritual mellows look like and feel like. Yeah. Yes, please, Mataji. Continue.
Okay, Mataji. He has thus allowed persons of our modern times to directly experience the mutual love of Krishna and the gopis.
This is what we were just discussing. Because Gauranga Mahaprabhu has come down and performed his pastimes, until now nobody knew what is the nature of that devotional experience between Krishna and gopis. What is the nature of it and what are the mellows of it? Nobody knew. Yes, there is devotion, but the mellows of this specific mellows, nobody knew until Gauranga Mahaprabhu was experiencing and explaining about them. Yes, please.
And those who can understand the gopis' perfect love can properly understand the super excellence of Lord Krishna. By mentioning these matters, Srila Sanatana is outlining the basic theme of his book. The first part of Sri Brhad Bhagavatamrta will pursue the question of where the Lord's mercy ultimately resides. The conclusion is that the gopis are his most beloved devotees and that their love for him is the highest achievement of life. Since the author has personally experienced this truth, it will not be difficult for him to describe it for our benefit. There are no grounds for doubt. Therefore, Vaishnavas should hear everything in this book with full confidence.
Isn't that
Thank you,
beautiful?
Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you. Thank
Krishna.
you, Mataji. Isn't that beautiful, dear daughters? Since the author has personally experienced this truth, it's not like somebody's writing a PhD just because he knows the subject matter with no experience. Here, whoever is writing this book is experiencing within. So it will not be so difficult for him to just say it out, what he's feeling inside. How valuable is this? Huh? How valuable. Yes, we will pause here, dear devotees. So instead of me trying to put all the points together, I will let you please speak a word or two, few of you, of what was said today. Yes, please. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranams to you, Prabhu.
Couple of points maybe you need to explain me. We talked about Bhogananda, Bhaktiananda. Is Premananda an extension of Bhaktiananda?
Same, Bhaktiananda or Premananda, Prabhu.
Both are same.
Yeah, Bhogananda, Brahmananda, Bhaktiananda or Premananda.
Okay, the second point is Gopis were loving Krishna, ahaitiki aprahitaha. As Lord Krishna's mercy on the jivas is also in the same way ahaitiki aprahita pratiha.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. That's why even if we are Krishna Bahirmukha for how many lifetimes we do not know, still he's coming with us with every life, in every life as Paramatma. Ahaituki apratihata, I am with you. Whenever you choose to turn to me, I am with you. Yeah, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, Hrudam Sarvabhutana. Yeah, sitting there, waiting for us to turn to him. Thank you, Prabhu. Anything else, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Hare, Mataji.
Looking at our condition, Mataji.